In such a competitive job market, you can be doing so much more than simply firing out your CV and completing job application after job application to secure the jobs that you really want. And sending videos to employers is one of the best ways to achieve that. I'm Jacob, and I help people who deserve more from their work life get better jobs, earn more money so that they've got the time and resources to enjoy what truly fulfills them outside of work. In my day job in recruitment in the past couple of years, I've also sent over 600 videos myself, and most of these have been to employers, helping the guys who I work alongside secure the jobs that they really want. I also see it very regularly of people who want to come and work for us as a company. The ones who just send CVs or email or called in don't really get that much attention, but those who send a quality video talking over the CV, talking directly to us as their potential future employer, get the attention that they deserve. It even happened today. Somebody sent us a video. The whole team ended up reviewing it, and it's likely that person will end up working with us because of the way that they went about that application. In this video, I'm going to show you the exact strategy that I've been using for years to bypass this very competitive traditional job market process to get in front of the people who actually put the job advert up or who are thinking of hiring someone for their team. These guys are the people who are actually making the decisions, and we're going to go through exactly how to get in front of them and in the right way. And before we go into the exact steps of how you can do this for yourself, just put yourself in the employer's shoes for 1 second. You've advertised a role. You get flooded with applications. You're getting bombarded from the HR team and the talent acquisition team, whatever the hell that means, with applications and people wanting to follow up. As all that noise is going on in the background, you get an email or a text, a WhatsApp perhaps, directly to your personal email address or phone. It's a video from someone who would love to work for your company. You open it up, it's someone who's very well presented, they know your company, they've got the skills, they've got the experience, they maybe bring something completely different that you didn't even know you wanted to advertise for to the role. How much more likely are you going to be to open that video and give them the 2 or 3 minutes that they've taken to record the video than you are going to give that exact time to an application that's come through the normal process? It's a no-brainer. Okay, here are the steps. Step number 1 is to create an account with a program called Loom. Loom's a website. It's also a desktop app, and you can also have it on your phone. It's essentially a video recording software where you can record full screen like this, or you can record over documents such as your CV, or you can record over things like an employer's website where you can perhaps talk through your reasons of wanting to work for that employer. It's really, really easy to use. Anybody can use it. I think I started 4 or 5 years ago on Loom. Just get started, and it took no learning at all. You just hit the button and you go. I'll let you into a little secret. I'm recording on Loom right now. I've got their pro account because I record heaps of these videos and I like to do the editing on Loom itself. However, you can do so much just with the free accounts. I believe the free ones are limited to 5 minutes, and you can't do much of the AI or the editing stuff as you can with the business and the pro accounts. However, for the purpose of recording over your CV or just getting a message to an employer, it's plenty. So this is what Loom itself looks like when you're recording over your screen. So I've just got a 2-camera setup here, so I'm just going to be looking between both. Here I'm just recording over the space that I record and save the YouTube videos on. So I've got 29 on here already. Just rolling over kind of your face and the 3 dots here, you can change the size of how you're appearing on the screen. You can also move yourself around. So for example, if you're recording over a document or a CV or a website and your actual head and your face is getting in the way of what you want to record over, you can just drag it there. What I'd really recommend as well is if you're sending a video to an employer and they're going to receive it on their mobile, then just make sure that you're moving your face over the middle, and then you can perhaps resize the video so it's that kind of 16:9 or 9:16, whichever is the portrait way, for them to be able to view it so your head's not kind of chopped off on the side as you do it. And then if you wanted to flick over recording over a full screen just to kind of pop out and just introduce yourself in full, you just hit that full screen camera mode there. So that's how it looks from the inside. Step number 2 is to script your video so you know exactly what you're saying when you're on screen. You can either do that word for word, start to finish, or you can script just the first 10 to 20 seconds just to give you a bit of momentum into the video, or at the very least, scripting the dot points of the talking points that you want to cover while you're on screen to make sure you don't miss anything and that you're talking through them in the order that you want to talk through them. Now, as good as it is to send an employer a video like this, if they're taking the time to open up your message or your email, to watch your video all the way through, and it also may be something new for them, novel, they may not have seen a Loom video before, when they do open it, they're going to expect it to be of a certain standard. not only in the image quality, but also they're going to expect to see a well-presented person who speaks eloquently, gets right to the point, and essentially pays them off for their time investment of watching that video, which is why scripting is key. If you can appear to know what you're talking about and have your thoughts in order, you'll get so much further with these kind of videos. Step number 3 is to practice. And the best thing about programs like Loom is that you can just do as many redos as you like. For example, the free plan, you can do as many redos as you like as long as it's under that 5-minute cap, just for you to appear in the best way possible, for you to formulate your thoughts in the way that you originally intended. For example, I've been recording this video for, I don't know, probably 5 or 6 minutes of actual video here, but there's probably 20 odd minutes of what I'm actually recording in the background to get to this point. Having the opportunity to do the redos just allows you to tinker with things and to appear in the best way that you possibly can. The other great thing about the redos is that you can watch the videos that you've already recorded, and if you're appearing kind of too high or out of frame or out of focus, then you can just do the video again. It gives you the opportunity to change outfit, change setting, change what you're recording over different versions of your CVs, for example, recording over different company websites to talk to an employer directly. And that also links with batch recording. So if you're someone who's really, really fed up of their job and just knows they want a new one, or you just have a list of employers that you'd love to work for, you could just spend a day or half a day recording Loom videos like this to a bunch of employers and then getting them fired out. And you can just change things on screen to make it more appropriate to the employer that you're going for each and every video, so that it's targeted to the person that you want to get in front of. Step number 4 is to find the boss. And I know we've talked about this a heap in the past, and it's probably a whole other video in itself that could take 20, 30 minutes, but you need to be making sure that your video is actually going to the person who is making the decision, perhaps who even wanted the vacancy to be created in the first place, and who is responsible for actually putting somebody into the role that needs to be filled. This is likely not going to be the person who's listed on the advert. There's going to be potentially a load of front people who are just going to be in the HR team or the talent acquisition team, who are going to be the barrier to the actual hiring manager, who you need to get around or go over the top of. Now, there's a bunch of ways to go about that. Just to name a few, have a look on the company website as to whose team you might be assigned to if you potentially get the role. Who do you think would be in charge of that role? Look on LinkedIn. You might get an indication of if somebody is hiring, or perhaps put a post up about the potential job, that kind of thing. You can call through to the company and just have a chat with a human on the other end. If you're not getting what you need, then just ask to be passed around to someone else in the team. Just keep asking questions, call through on multiple days just to try and find out who you actually need to be speaking to. You could just have a complete shot in the dark, and based on the way that the company formats their email address, once you've got a name, you can just do, first name, surname, @company, send it out if you're really stuck. But you can always use Google or AI to try and find out who is actually on the other end who you need to be sending your video to. Step 5 is just to send the video. However, a couple of ways that we can tweak things to make sure that it gets seen. For example, if you're sending an email, using the vertical line setup on the subject line that we've talked about before. So you could say, personalized video for the role of X, hard vertical line, your name, hard vertical line, your phone number, hard vertical line, your availability to start. That way, any hiring manager who's looking at that email thinks, oh, this isn't an automated email. It's got a really well-structured subject line. Somebody's sending me a personalized video for the role that I want to fill. Oh, it's this person. That's their name. They might recognize you. You might have connected with them on LinkedIn, for example, already. It's got your phone number. So if they have 2 minutes free just to jump on the phone for a quick pre-interview call, they can do that. And it gives them something tangible with the availability at the end of, oh, great, this person could start in August. That's exactly when we need someone to start. So just by having that structure, you're going to give the employer everything they need and kind of just break down those obstacles that they may have in their mind for them to initially open the video and give you a shot. In the message itself, nothing too fancy, just a brief message as to why you're sending the video, and hit send. Step number 6 is to follow up. And if you've watched any of my previous videos, you know how keen I am for people to follow up, and in the right way, for the simple reason that you need to stay front of mind. You need to stay relevant in the mind of the employer through whatever process you're following up for. Also, you'd be surprised how many people don't follow up at all and don't follow up in the right way. So simply by doing that gives you a huge nose in front of the competition. The great thing about Loom videos is that once you've hit the link, you can actually see if somebody other than yourself has watched the videos. And if they've watched it or they haven't watched it, you've got an excuse to be in contact with them. If they've watched the video, you can shoot them a quick message of, hey, thank you so much for watching the video. I'd love the opportunity to speak with you further. Was there any questions that you had about my experience? When can we meet? Etc, etc. And if for whatever reason they haven't yet watched your video, you could just send them a quick follow-up to say, hey, I noticed that you haven't yet watched my video. I'd love the opportunity for 2-3 minutes to explain why I'd love to work for your company. Please let me know if you've got any questions. I'd love to hear from you. Something simple like that. The final step that I'm going to add to this process is to not only send the videos to the employers who are currently advertising publicly, but also to send them to those who aren't, but who you would really like to work for. You'd be really surprised how effective this actually is. And if you'd like any pointers at all on any aspects of your videos that you're sending out, then please just give me a shout. As you know, I work with people on a one-on-one basis to give them everything they need to get a great job fast. I pop the links below, they're all on the website. Hopefully YouTube's popped another great video above one of my shoulders, and I'll see you in the next one.